welcome back. I'm Roxanne, and this is Thursday, which means I have another recipe that's been inspired by When Calls the Heart.
Since you're here, click that button and subscribe. Click the bell too for notifications.
This recipe was inspired from this scene right here.
I suppose I shouldn't have been surprised that Lucas let me go. He just knows me so well.
Isn't that scene delicious? Where she says, he knows me so well. Lucas knows her so well that he gets her drink order correct. As a matter of fact, he's been getting it correct since back in season 7. Check this out.
There are those who challenge me when I need it most.
See, he brought her tea and he brought her a treat so she can work in the library and write her book. He's been taking good care of her. He's a good friend. He's supportive. And now they're in love and I can't take it. This is the real scene that inspired or sealed the deal for me to make me do this recipe. Right here.
Tea with lemon and honey.
Thank you.
In case you're hungry, I asked Gustav to prepare some sandwiches for all.
So she's already drinking tea. He brings her a cup of tea and he said, with honey and lemon. Because of course you can have sugar and cream, but he knows it's her drink. And she's like, oh, thank you. So what I'm doing is I'm taking honey and lemon and tea and making a tea cake. And it's really easy. You don't even need any special equipment. So here it goes. Now, of course, stay with me because at the end, I will have all of the ingredients listed. So in here, and it's gluten-free, by the way, in here is almond flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and I took 1 Earl Grey. You can use Lady Grey tea, but I'm using Earl Grey tea. 1 Earl Grey tea bag, cut it open. Oh my God, it has such a good smell. And I'm putting it in here. I'll use tea more than 1 time in here just to layer the flavors. So what you want to do is give this a good whisk. You want to get all the lumps out because almond flour is just ground up almonds. Sometimes people blitz it even more like in the food processor. I didn't have to do that because this is pretty fine. And you don't have to get every single lump out. So I have that all mixed up. And when you look up close, you will see that it is flecked. Batter is flecked with little specks of the tea. Okay, next in here, and I do have a Christmas little spatula, but you know what? It is from Hallmark, and you know I love everything about Hallmark. And here are 4 eggs, and here is also 2/3 cup of honey. It is organic honey, and also a 1/4 cup of virgin olive oil, and you want to give it a good stir. Once you give it a good stir, you also, I'm going to take that away now. You also want to give it a good whisk. Whisk it up. Now it's a whole egg, 4 whole eggs. Organic is best, but you do you. Now, I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited because it's a really easy recipe. I've been taste testing it and it's good. But what I'm excited about is what comes after this, because after this has been baking, I am going to taste it with you, show it to you, and I'm going to show you some super fans that are out there that just love When Calls the Heart. They love Lucas Bouchard. They love Chris McNally. They love Aaron. They are super fans and they are so talented, and everything is geared around tea. I was even able to use, I have to give credit to Peter DeLuise because he finally put up some kind of cute little, it was before he gave us a glimpse of Lucas, this cute little manip he did himself too. So I'm gonna give this a good stir. This cake it's different, but it's good. You need to try it. I feel like my camera and my lighting is dark tonight. I am sorry. I will actually fix that the next time I film because I have new lighting. I'm upgrading. Also, the next time I'm in this kitchen, I'm hoping that I'll have my stuff from Edify. Have you seen that? Let me show you right now. So here we go. We have new wooden spoons, cutting boards, and of course the cookbooks. I'm going to be using those in my next recipe. All right, for my next recipe. Okay, so you give that a good stir, a good whisk. It's got a goldeny, I'll bring it up close so you can see. It has a really interesting color. It's like golden Golden, golden. That's Harry Styles. I love him too. Golden. Okay, you'll be able to see the golden goodness. So you want to do like half, mix it, half again. So here we go. Golden yumminess. I'm telling you, it doesn't take much. I'm going to give it a quick stir. You can see right there what smells so good between the tea and the honey. Oh my goodness. Now you're probably thinking, where's the lemon come in? The lemon comes in at the end because there's this little glaze that we put over the top of it, and it's honey and lemon and milk. We're going to talk about the infused milk in a minute. All right, so now I'm going to add more. It's very much a wet batter. It's a very different cake, a delicate cake, and it has tea and honey and lemon in it, and it tastes great actually with a cup of tea. You can see it's all flecked with the tea. So what I'm going to add to this is 4 tablespoons of milk that has been infused with Earl Grey. I'll show you how I did that.
You will need a half of cup of milk, warm it in the pot, and then steep 2 Earl Grey tea bags for as long as you would like, something that would look like you would want to drink it.
It's a half a cup of milk, and this is the milk once it's been infused. Make it, this is like a beigey color. Make it as the strength that you would like yourself, okay? So 4 tablespoons goes in here, and then the rest we're gonna use for a glaze. So once again, we're layering the tea. I'm gonna swirl it in. Now, right now it's very thick, like a thick lava. And the milk thins it out a little bit, not too much. And then what I have here is a buttered, it's a spring form pan. It's buttered, and then I have almond flour with it. There you go. We're gonna pour that luscious goodness right in here. Now, the oven should be set at 325, and it bakes for about 40 minutes. You'll know it's done when the center is firm. Then as you take it out, and while it's still warm, you put this luscious glaze over it. This almost looks like poppy seed, but it's that delicious, yummy Earl Grey. You can even use black tea. I like plain old black tea. Okay. I want to make sure I get all of the delicious goodness. It's not a very thick cake. This you're going to save for the glaze, which I will show you how to make once this has baked. I'll be back.
While the cake is warm out of the oven, you want to brush it generously with the leftover steeped Earl Grey milk, and it will soak in. It's like a sponge. It sucks it right up. And you want to do this while it's still warm. Give it a few minutes, and then layer it with a glaze that is made of honey and lemon juice.
Okay, here comes the fun part for me. So here, let me show you. The longer you let it sit, the flavors just soak in it. Just like I made a cake that was a Chris McNally inspired cake. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It came from a drink that he made. He made a raspberry jam whiskey sour, and I took all those ingredients and made a raspberry jam whiskey sour cake, and it sucks in all the delicious flavor. I know that's not a nice word, but it's true. It's like it's right, and it tastes delicious. This smells so good. If you've never had Earl Grey tea, it has like a lovely like flavoring to it. So anyway, you could see it's not a very thick cake. I dusted it with powdered sugar. You do not have to. Anyway, this is the part that I'm most excited about in this video. Of course, first of all, that Lucas knows Elizabeth so well. I love that, and we're celebrating it. And it's just so, the writers were so good at constantly showing us these subtle little things, like in everyday life. That's how realistic their writing is, where he knows her so well that he just automatically knows how she takes her tea. And he's been making it for her since season 7 for a while now. So that just like touches my heart. And I thought, it's more than just a cup of tea. We're gonna have to make a delicious dessert with that. So anyway, I have really cool teacup. Look at that. Ooh, I'm gonna have this for Teacup Tuesday, which brings me to Teacup Tuesday. So I've got a lot of stuff for next week I can share. There are 2 fan pages that I belong to on Facebook. One is Lucas and Elizabeth, When Calls the Heart. It's the WCTH Hearties, and it's dedicated to just their relationship. And then there's also one for Chris McNally, the actor who plays Lucas Bouchard. And there are so many people on there that are wonderful at doing like these photo picture manips. And I wanted to share some of them right now. So right from the When Calls the Heart, Lucas and Elizabeth site, the first one I want to share with you, and of course it's for Teacup Tuesday. We do different fun things each day with our pictures. This one is by Grace. Check this one out. It's good, right? I love it because it's got my favorite scene when he's like doting on her and supporting her and challenging her, as she says. I love that. I know you all do. I just love, love, love that scene. I mean, I knew from the very first day they met, you've heard me say this, that they were meant to be together, but I love this part because it was like, yes, here we go. I don't care what anybody says, and I do love you, Nathan. I love Nathan's character. Those of you that love Nathan, do not get in an uproar. I love him. He just was not meant for Elizabeth. That's a whole other story, right? Okay. And then here's this picture. Check this one out. This one is by Pam. Now, Pam is also one of the administrators or admins for the page for Lucas and Elizabeth. And then this one is by Janny. I love this one. This one's beautiful. And then the next one is by Christina. But Christina is on both pages, but she's an admin for Chris McNally's page. And that's where this one comes from, where we also have Teacup Tuesday. And what about that lovely Peter giving us a little teacup pose, and then finally we get to see a piece of Lucas Bouchard. I'm like, my goodness, from the side, but I could tell his beard looked like it was trimmed, which I love. So anyway, this cake, let me tell you, it's super, super tender and moist and gooey, and it's supposed to be gooey because don't forget, it's almond flour. You would think it was too sweet, but it is not. It's delicious. It's so good. And some of you are going to think it's like undercooked, but it's not. You know what? I love the tang of the lemon. It's hitting it. I actually baked it for longer than 40 minutes. The first time I had made it, I thought I wrote down 40 minutes. And then the second time I did it, I thought it was 40 minutes. And the third time I realized I keep forgetting that every time I would look at it, don't open the oven, just turn the little light on and look in. I realized that I always hit it with another 10 minutes. And for whatever reason in my notes, I forgot. I apologize. So it's really 50 minutes, but I'll make a note of that in the end. It's very delicate. It's not overpowering. It's really good. And it's great with a cup of tea. Oh, so this is a honey cake. That like Elizabeth and Lucas are each other's honey cakes in my mind. I mean, goodness, who knows what kind of little nickname they will have. Remember Lee? Lee and Rosemary? Oh my goodness, that was funny. Their nicknames. Oh my God, it's so good. It'd probably be good with iced tea too. All right, let me know what you think. Look, you might make this and say, hello, Dorenzis, you really missed the mark on this one. And that's fine. You can say that and I'll laugh and I'll be okay. I'll get you next time. But remember, whatever anybody says in comments below, I love it because this is how I stay connected. Whatever anybody says, we have to say it with kindness, okay? And be, a little humor goes a long way. We don't need to be rude or nasty to each other. All right, thank you for tuning in. Honey cakes. See you later.